Hello everybody, Nostalgic here. Welcome to my channel, and even more so, welcome back, because obviously, I've been around since 2022. Um, so, been a while since I've done any sort of reviews. It's actually been since I came back from the Audrey extravaganza. But hey, things have changed. I mean, the Hornby engine that I've had since around 2020, 2021-ish, this guy's now got an accompanying express coach. Anyway, today we're going to be looking at purchases that I've made on Aliexpress. So here we go. We'll start with some official purchases, and by official, I mean the fact that they are officially licensed. Here we have Rail Rocket, otherwise known as James's alter ego from the episode James the Super Engine. I've been waiting to get this guy for a while. I don't know why, but I avoided him for so long that I just couldn't bring myself to get him. But now that I've got him, I can say I'm very appreciative of this model. I did get him before I went to the Audrey extravaganza, but without the cape. Not new in box, by the way, like used. So expect maybe a custom take-along Rail Rocket James in the near future. But still, this is pretty cool, right? As well as that, here's Gina from the Adventures or Collectible Railway range. She didn't come new in box because she's exclusive to multi-packs, but I've gotten her, and one of the reasons why I wanted to get her is because the islands that I live on, the Maltese Islands, are actually very close to Italy and Sicily. So it only made sense that I would get this one because, well, it's Italian. And wouldn't you believe it, geographically, Malta is actually a part of Italy. So that's pretty cool, right? Anyway, moving on to the next items. Surprise, surprise. For those of you who are older viewers of this channel, you may know what these are. These are more fake Sonic the Hedgehog minifigures. And these are the ones that I had missed out on, alright? Like, I didn't plan on getting them. But now that the Sonic minifigures are growing, I think it's about time I showed these guys off. So, let's start from... Alright, let's start from least accurate. So, here we have Storm the Albatross. And Jesus. Alright, this minifigure is fine. So is his head mold being attached to, like, this beard thing that he has. But what makes him very much inaccurate is the fact that he is smaller. Sorry about this. I'll just remove these boards real quick. Okay, come on. There we go. That's one. One board removed and another board removed. So, alright. Now, as you can see, this guy is supposed to be bigger than Jet. No way in hell am I accepting this. Alright, look at this dude. He is smaller than Jet when he's supposed to be bigger than Jet. How is that even possible? Anyway, still, Storm looks pretty good, but ultimately inaccurate. But the biggest inaccuracy has to come from Big the Cat. He is smaller than every other character in this lineup. And it is so wrong. Like, let me show you something. Hold on. And I'm sorry I keep knocking over these minifigures. I don't know what I'm doing at this point. I'm just trying to review them in the way I know how. So if you look at Storm and you look at Big, look at who is bigger in this instant. It is Storm. And if anything, alright, I am logically inclined to believe that Big and Storm are as tall and big as each other, or Big is just larger than Storm. I have no idea. Correct me in the comments. But still, other than Storm having a slight inaccuracy, Big's inaccuracy is way out of proportion. No pun intended, of course. But Jesus Christ, why is he so small? This is not Big the cat. This is Small the cat. Why? Why does he look like this? Tell me, why is he so damn small? It's not right. Anyway, moving on from those inaccuracies, maybe I can try and fix them, but I have no idea how. Try and give me away in the comments. I don't know. As for some of the other minifigures that are in here, I might as well address like these guys from least favorite to most favorite. And I'm gonna be honest, Jed the Hawk is my least favorite character, and it's I don't know. I don't really like him. I mean, his character design is cool. I'll admit that, but dude, I'm not even joking when I say this. I'm not too big a fan of Jet, but still, character design is amazing. Not to mention the fact that he's got red shoes, he's got the extreme gear on. Now, this is a proper representation of Jed the Hawk. Because if you gave this guy to me without his goggles, without the frickin' chest hair, and you asked me who this Sonic character is, I couldn't tell you without the goggles or the chest hair. Alright, next. So here is Fang. Alright, I'm not gonna say least favorite. The ones I find least interesting, maybe, I don't know. But let's continue. So here's Fang, and this guy is pretty cool. Alright, I love what they did with him and his design overall. But I'm gonna show you something. Alright, I'm gonna attach my microphone for this one. I'm gonna show you something. So, look at this. Look at this. Hey, come on. How ridiculous is that? Like, dude, I'm willing to bet you could put this on a normal Lego minifigure, like a minifigure that doesn't use a head mold. One moment, please. So I've got this criminal figure right here. I'm gonna take off her hat, and then I'm gonna put this on. Let's see how it fits. Would you look at that? It's a fit. It fits onto the head. Now, my question is, why on earth did the knockoff guys do this? Because it seriously bugs me. But it's still a pretty neat design. I'll say that much. Now, here we go to the Chaotix characters. Here's Charmy, and wow, they captured him pretty well. Although his antennae are separate pieces, he also has this like wing piece, which is supposed to be like a butterfly piece of sorts, but then again, Charmy's a bee. And here's his jumpsuit and the clothes that he wears in the series. So they got him pretty good, right down to a T. I love this version of Charmy, and it's gonna go well with my Tails and my Cream minifigures. Next is Espio. Espio is one of my favorite characters because he's a ninja. And you know me, I like Ninjago, but I do like Sonic as well. So, Espio's head mold is pretty accurate to how he looks in the games. as well as his design overall, especially the arm printing, the back printing, just beautiful all around for SPO the Chameleon. I love this guy. Cool, calm, collected, and a great ninja too. All right. We'll get to this one and then we'll get to my favorite one over there. So here is Infinite. Wow. The knockoff guys really pulled out all the stops for a character that was very much underutilized. Last up, we have these fake alongs here. A lot of them which are not too common, but one of them is. So let's take a look at the very common one first. Here's Neville, and he's very clearly based on the Take and Play 2009 designs, because look at those eyes. They look like they've been through hell. Alright, okay, jokes aside. This model is actually pretty good. They got his paintwork right, they got his number right. I'm going to be using this guy for spare parts anyway. So, yeah. Let's take a look at Paxton. Paxton is very close to his 2009 design. And looking at the bottom, he actually does have licensing details saying 2009 Ghislaine Thomas Limited and being licensed by Mattel to 2008. And if we look at Neville, he is also licensed to 2009, but is licensed to Learning Curve and not Mattel. Other than that, Paxton looks awesome as always. Probably going to put this shell on my official version. Here's Rheneas, and here's a detail you might not notice at first, but he has his lining from when he was painted yellow in Blue Mountain Mystery. Just take a look at that, take it in, because I'm going to be using this for the definitive Rheneas, for Railway Legacy. I'm not even joking when I say that. Railway Legacy is still going to happen, so don't worry about it. Other than that, he looks pretty cool and used to be common because, well, his yellow version was very, very common. Now, if we look at the final three, we have Rusty, and I'm probably going to put this face onto the Railway Series variant that I made for him. Since, everybody loves this classic face, but I've grown accustomed to the many faces that Rusty has had over the course of the years that he's been in Thomas and Friends. As well as that, we have Duncan, and I'm going to be using this body for, well, the version of Duncan that I've been using for a while with the CGI face, since the body was very, very much restored horribly by myself. So yeah, and also I bought the smoke box to replace the smoke box that I had lost from Douglas. Now for the reason why I have this lot, it's Billy. Yes, you heard me correctly. I bought this specifically for Billy. I'm going to be using the unofficial body for my Railway Legacy variant. And as for the old body, it's going to be used for a Wellsworth and Sudbury version. And it's obvious. I mean, I'm not going to have my Billy looking like a jacked up Charlie with a face off of a wooden railway model. Forget that. The face will also be used on his Railway Legacy model because the one that he has on the official model looks a lot more naive. So I feel like saying why not. In any case, yeah, that's gonna do it for this version of. Nah, that's gonna do it for this review, guys, and I really hope you enjoyed. I love this haul, and I love what brought with it. All of that aside, thank you all very much for watching. This is Nostalgic signing off and reminding you all that nostalgia never dies. See you all in the next one. Bye bye.